Hi, everyone. This is a demo of the overview of LendingPad. LendingPad is a web-based loan origination system. We are a loan origination system for lenders, banks, credit unions, brokers, fully delegated lenders, nonprofits, all of the above. When you log into LendingPad, the first initial screen that you see here is the dashboard. What the dashboard is it is an overview of a user's LOS instance. So you can see here within the dashboard, we have a few things. We have the 3 days, the 10 days, the 30 days. So if you are doing qualified mortgages, QM loans, loans that are subject to TRID, you can see we have these eye icons, and what starts this 3-day clock here is an app taken. So a few points before showing how it's designed. LendingPad, like I said, it's very tab driven. So these are the tabs up here to the top of the screen, starting at the dashboard, ending at training, very tab driven. Very user role driven. So a user can have their multiple user roles within LendingPad. If you're a loan officer, you would see your loans, a branch manager, the entire branch, a system administrator, management, the entire company, all branches. So very user role driven. So very tab driven, user role driven, and very status driven. Now these statuses are the loan level file tags within LendingPad. The reason why they're important is they will tell you where the loan is in lifetime. So as an example, you can see that this is lead, app taken, processing, initial submission approved, condition submission, clear to close funded, post-closing shipping, servicing here. So these are the statuses that you will see within the LOS. Most of them show up under the critical dates. If you use a point of sale, this is what would speak back to the point of sale to notify the client. If you use a CRM, the same thing as well. That is what will notify the CRM as these statuses. Now, really getting into this as far as the dashboard, just like I said, it's an overview of a user's LOS. It pulls from loan level data. So you can see how many loans you have in app taken or in registered or in processing. If I want to click to processing, I can get there very quickly. So this was recently redone a few months ago. So all of these fields are clickable where you can get directly through to the metric. If you're in management, you can track loan officer production. If you're a wholesaler, you can track your TPOs, loan purpose. If it's a purchase versus a refinance versus a construction loan, you can see those all in here as far as the purpose of the loan. Funding history if you're in the secondary lock desk. So just like I said, the dashboard is an overview of a user's LOS. Up here to the top left, you will see My Tasks. You can assign tasks to specific users within the LOS. And it's automated as far as once there is a due date, it does go out to the user. If it's overdue, if it's due today, you can basically hop in here and see exactly what the task is. Over here to the left side of the screen, we have recently modified loans. More than likely, these are going to be your more serious files. So these are the loans that are most recently modified. Whenever a loan is updated, it filters and populates to the top up here. So again, just like I said, first initial tab that you see when you log in within LendingPad would be this dashboard, and it's an overview of a user's LOS instance. The next tab to the right here we have is our pipeline. What the pipeline is it's where all of the live loans and all of the serious loans sit within LendingPad. So within LendingPad, you can set preset views within a pipeline. So let's state that you are in the secondary lock desk and you want to see a view by lock expiration. So let's state that you want it. I know this is a little spread out, but you see the September, the October, the June, the April. More than likely, the stacking order is going to be within 30 days. This is a staging site, but you can set views by a multitude of things: state, region, purchase, refinance, expiration date, submission date, closing date, channel, wholesale, retail, correspondent, direct. So as you can see, this is a view by lock expiration when it expires. HMDA statuses, any finalized statuses, you can set view by status, like you see all these statuses here. and leads here. So really the pipeline, that's where all of your live loans, serious loans sit, just like I said. It links with, the point of sale, the CRM, and then you can just hop in and manage your loan. Just click right here. Okay. These views here, a lot of companies call them queues. So I wanted to mention that you could put them in queues as well. Next tab, next over to the pipeline is the contacts. The contacts, it's the third-party contacts. It's very easy. You just add a contact. It can be a company or a personal. More than likely, it'll always be company for most instances. You can add, an HOI provider, a closing agent, an attorney, hazard insurance. It gets pretty granular. So you can see here, seller, buyer, agent, the subdivision, if you're doing new builds, VOE providers, you can just add them right here under contacts. That's pretty much it. So you add the contact, and at the file level, you can order, the specific contact. Next, we have reporting. Reporting is where you can design reports. You can create custom reports. We have system level reports, like a good use of that example for a system level report is like our mortgage call report. If we do last quarter, click search. In a few rotations, you have a fully itemized mortgage call report. One thing, and as you can see here, it's very quick. Your broker, your lender, your wholesale business, and then you just export it as an XML or an Excel, directly upload to the NMLS website. One thing I want to mention about reports, I know I said that you can design your own custom reports, but you can also automate this with a scheduler. So if I go right here, I'm going under my profile, report export settings. You can add a report to a schedule and have it emailed to you every day, daily at a specific time, or weekly at a specific day and time. Formats Excel. All right, so transitioning from reports, we have the settings. The settings is where the system admin configures the system, puts in company level info if it's fees or actions or fees, documents, pipeline as far as pipeline settings specific to the company, security, their billing, color themes, underwriting conditions. So I know that I'm bouncing around as we go through these, but just like I said, the settings tab, it's just what it looks like. It's where you do the settings for the company. It's where, it's configured as far as, the specific company settings here within the LOS. All right. All right, so transitioning on from the settings, we have support. Support is where you have a knowledge base. This is an internal library. You can do custom support, creating tickets, system admin. You're the admin at the company, new feature suggestions. And last but not least, I feel like the most important is live Zoom support. We staff daily. So the support is exactly what it sounds like. It's where you do the support for the file. And next to support, we have training. So training, it's user role training. We break it down by user role as far as origination, processing, what's new in the LOS, any system administrators, onboarding and initial setup, closing and underwriting. So a nice feature as well, not only custom training, but YouTube. We have a lot of these videos here, so I just wanted to mention. So again, just like you saw me go through these tabs, this is really an initial overview of the LOS, just like I mentioned, of LendingPad, left to right workflow, starting at dashboard, ending at training. And lastly, I would like to go into a file and just explain a little overview of that as well. Okay, so let me go into a loan here. All right, so I do want to mention that I'm in the highest user role within LendingPad. I'm in as a system administrator. But this is the file view within the LOS. So as an example, you can see over here to the left side of the screen, we have our menu bar. Under each of these tabs, like Overview, Loan Additional, Loan App, Actions, Secondary Scenario, you have quick navigation subsections. So if you're taking an app, you will see very quickly that you can go to employments here as an example, and you can basically map it out as far as, the specific data. There's no DTI in, well, it's 0.23 DTI, but you can move up and down the income if it's more income, less income. So just wanted to mention that this is dynamic and you can update it, based off of that. So really what I wanted to get at here is over here to the left side of the screen, it's very easy to take an app. You can go through the subsection here like you saw me go through, or you can edit this ERLA form here. This is a very nice feature that we have within the LOS. So the file, as you can see, this is all user roles in one. If you want to go to actions, this is where you run the actions, credit, AUS, MI, if you're a lender, MERS, UCD, compliance. So we try to organize this as far as the flow of the application. And again, I don't want to go through each of these individually because this is an overview, but just wanted to show you what it looks like. So the actions is where you do the action for the file. Disclosure, it's where you get the fees correct for disclosing as far as page 2 of the LE, page 2 of the CD. This is where the closer's balance, if you have in-house closing, fee worksheet summary, loan estimate, closing disclosure. Go through here, you can balance them, and we have good feedback on that as far as the ease of use, and you can see it's a top-down workflow here, K through N for closers, all of that. The scenario tab here, the scenario tab is where a user can run multiple scenarios. So as you see, you can add a scenario. So if you want to do a 10-6 SOFR arm or a 30-year fix, basically what I'm showing you, this is more for loan officers. You can add multiple scenarios, to the print form. So you can share those scenarios with your client. So if a client wants to see like the 10-6 SOFR arm versus a 30-year fix versus a 15-year fix, they can do that, no problem at all. The secondary, this is the secondary tab as far as the buy and the sell information. If you're mandatory or best efforts, it would show here as well. As far as the secondary department, the buy and sell information, the purchase advice info, you balance here. So secondary, getting price, it's flowing back to secondary. There's numerous pricing engines that we are integrated with. Underwriting conditions. Underwriting conditions, you can add batch conditions, one-off conditions here. So the underwriters can add them. Users can attach a document to an underwriting condition here, as you see. So this is where the underwriter would add the conditions, and here's where they would disposition the file up here, approve, suspend, clear to close, all of that. Next we have is the funding info. This is for the funders, the fees paid to lender, the first payment, the loan amount. A lot of this would autofill. Fees paid outside to other parties. We have all of that here. So just wanted to show this to you. Post-closing, e-notes, the shipping amount, the warehouse, collateral shipped out, the deed of trust, any servicing, subservicer data here as well. Post-closing right here. The documents, this is where the internal doc storage is within LendingPad, being that we are web-based, you can store documents here. It's very nicely organized. This is where the underwriter would finalize a document. So green is finalized. Red is expired. This is like an income or an asset item. So if we go to income here, you see how it shows expired. Example of that is like an income or an asset item outside of the effective date. Black is unfinalized and blue is archived. So this is how it's color coded here. Notes, this is where you leave internal notes within the LOS. So just wanted to mention that. Okay. Audit log here. Within the audit log, we track the loan level changes here within LendingPad of who did what at what specific time. So a very nice feature here to do the audit log. And you can track the loan level changes down to the date, time, and second. You could even search within the message bar. It's very quick there. Loan to value, combined loan to value, who did what at what specific time. And I skipped over tasks here, but tasks is where you can assign tasks, to a specific user. If you're assigning it to a loan officer, you can automate these with a business rule, follow up with AMC, follow up with client docs here within the LOS. So just wanted to mention that. And the last point here is chat. This chat is an internal email that goes out directly through to our support team. So you log your question, a live person responds, and they show you where to go. And support and training, I do want to mention, is our lifeblood as a company. So I showed you an overview of LendingPad loan origination system at the LOS, the software, the loan origination system software level, as far as the overview of the architecture. And we also went through an overview of the file as well. I hope this video was helpful. And if there are any questions, you can always inquire on our website, lendingpad.com. Thanks and have a great day.